building a basic frame. This won't actually take many days in creative. I've just been busy as hell. So, these are the basic frame for a hanger. Notice that yes, it probably wants to be the largest part of the base, but that's because I like to have a hanger. That is just me. You can make your hanger very small, you can make it very big, that, and you can do whatever you want with it. Look at that, there's none. Now, as you can see within this outline, I already have a basic idea of where I want all my stuff to be. This will be the basic entry point with storage being down here, as well as additional hanger storage down here at the bottom. So here's the in and out, maintenance service, and everything else. Now this one little gap right here, this brings weather, huh? Lightning, anyways. This one little gap right here is actually meant for conveyor belts, or just not conveyor belts, just conveyors and piping, which we'll get to here in a little bit. And I've built all of this out of heavy armor because having a heavy armor frame is a good idea if you want to build something that's durable. And if you want to make it cheap, then you do everything else in light armor. I would say it's about a mid-cost type of design. In the next video, I will talk about, well, how about not in the next video? How about we just go ahead and do this? So now here comes the part where we're actually going to mark what all we want and where. So this here is actually going to be an outside section for ships that are too large to fit within the doors of this hangar bay. So those things going here will be like smaller fighters and drones, while those out here are larger ships like cargo haulers and other forms of ships. I don't know. So we're just going to mark the runway because runways typically made of asphalt. Yep, I knew the weather was coming. So for the runway, right here on the side, we will just fill this in. So in order to change colors, you press P, you'll have a color palette. You can change all these colors through the hue, saturation, and then value. Right, I do that. Color you want, it'll be fine. Everything's fine. I just screwed up what I was going to do. But I can just get back there. And then down here you have all of your skins and armor detailing. So for this one, we are going to go for a nice little black concrete. And I don't like the fact, I like the way it looks as hand. Press control. You can press control. See, you can press control 3. It's hard to use the controls. And we're going to see if the light armor looks any better. That actually does look better. This is where a lot of heavy ships is going to be landing. Now, single light armor on its own is actually pretty weak, so there is a way how we can actually enforce it. And what we're going to do is simply go underneath, press Shift P to copy this color here, and then we're going to add another layer. Light armor, just put this underneath to kind of go into like a service vehicle, enter in. So we are going to find a nice little spot down below here, and we're going to make an entrance and exit for the truck to go in, so it can just kind of continue on in a straight line. And I think I want it to be right back here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab here. So we're just gonna do that. Now we're going to use airtight doors, which are these things right here. Now these are airtight doors are larger doors. Essentially, they're like little rising barricades, and when they lock or they seal something, it becomes airtight. Now see, if that were to close, this would not be airtight because it has this area right here. But if we were to do this, now if both of these were to close, and if it was roofed off, that would actually cause an airtight seal, so you wouldn't have any leakage or any whatever. And since it's just a truck or a service rover, we don't really need this to be very big. So yeah, that's about as high. That's like the highest you will ever need it. And if you ever want to make it bigger, there is a way. So we're actually going to expand it out this way, this way it can get wider, because sometimes it can be quite wide. Boom. See, you got an additional block, and you can continue that pattern right there to one of the ones that go up. And yeah, it's quite nice, except you're going to have something up above to close off with it down. This one as well. So if you're having it pretty wide, you can't really have it tall. That's not much of an issue, and I'll show you why here. So if we go over to the blueprints by pressing F10, if you have a rover in here, that's a nice one rover. That's not it. Let's try this. So if you have a rover, as you can see, rovers are typically not very tall. See, this will actually fit going in. Just barely. The top of that gun will skim. But this is essentially what a lot of people build. No, this is what a lot of work they build like, so you don't have to worry too much. However, it is important to make sure that your ramp is nice and smooth. Just a future reference, because rovers don't really like to take inclines, and so a 2x1 will stretch it out with half blocks wouldn't even be that efficient. So we'll touch more on that later. So me, typically my rovers are very wide in the long direction, so yeah, don't make jokes on that. You're going within a single path along this route is what they are doing. So we don't really need something that big. So there you go. And for the road, we will just once again we'll make it a nice shiny black. So if you want to make a nice shiny black, you will need the sci-fi. This is also how you get like the best stealth in the game while out in space. It's why I've built all my ships as this color, because it is so hard to see out in deep space. It's such a good help. So we'll make a nice shiny black. We're going to take it to black, make it to that little neon. It does require the sci-fi DLC, which I mean, say what you want, but I don't really mind DLC. You've seen how many DLC videos I make. You guys kind of know I need, if anything, for it. It expands business, allows them to expand the game more, reach out to more people, kind of, because they can get more money in their pockets and do more advertising if they want it. That's something they have to do if they want to get the engineers community up. So, that will be our little service path. We will have an additional service path right about here, right here in the middle, and we'll span it out by about 5 or so. About that long. This way, it can reach all major sections, and we'll have 3 sections down here below. So down here below the runway, both ends, and then down below the hangar. So right here is actually where we're going to have our vehicles come out of, or our little our fighters come out of. They will then fly down here, and then we can park or dock them, or however you want to say it, right on this section here is where they might have the dog hang out. So we're going to mark what all is going to go where and how, this way we know what we need to build for. So the largest out of the group, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn off symmetry now. So I have found that the largest is typically the combat. So I like to mark my combat stuff out in red, and this is just if you want to get something that's really good, or something that looks really nice. This will help you plan out exactly what you need, see what kind of room you got, what sections for what, and then it can also help you, you know, decorate. You interior decorating. I don't know how to describe it. It helps. It helps. So this is what we're gonna do. So this is all for. So yeah. Stick around for the next video. Also the ideas video for future updates. They're not actually canon. I'm not speculating anything. I'm just saying, hey, it'd be cool if they did this. More of those coming up when I get to it. I gotta make these videos for my friends real quick because they are engineers and I really want to get them to play. So yeah, that's about all, guys. Tune in, share if you have any friends who are new. Show them this video and hopefully this will help. All right, goodbye.